guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Grace Jones, and today we are going to work on this gorgeous dress, and we are going to be combining these colors. I am so curious to see how it's going to come out, so let's begin. I'm going to use a 4.5mm hook, 4.5mm hook. So let's make a loop, and make a chain. Make a chain long enough to wrap around your hips completely. So this is your chain. Pull through, wrap the yarn, pull through, and we are going now to start our first row. You're going to make 3 double crochets, so count 1, 2, 3, come in the 4th loop and put a double crochet. Wrap your yarn, enter into the 4th loop with a double crochet. So this is like our 2 double crochets. Wrap your yarn, go into the next with a double crochet, like that. And then on the next step we are going to be different. Chain 1, 2, 3, like that. Chain 4, wrap your yarn around the hook and skip 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come into the 6th loop and put in that same loop 5 double crochets. So this is our first. I'm using quite a large hook. After your chain of 4 double crochets, you're going into the 6th loop, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 6th with 5 double crochets. Chain 1, make the first double crochet. This is our first double crochet. Add 4 more into the same loop. Add 4 more into the same loop. That's 3. We have 2 more to go. 4, up your yarn, go in 5, like that. Ignore this error, it will fix itself. It's not an error, it's just that this is really pulled up, but it's okay. So again, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, wrap your yarn around the hook, skip 5 loops of 5, a chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come into the 6th with 5 double crochets. Wrap your yarn around the hook, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come into the 6th with 5 double crochets. Okay, that's 1. Add 4 more. That's 2. That's 3, 4, and 5, like that. So this is what we are going to keep doing on this. We are going to keep doing this on this row until the end. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, again, skip 5 loops, wrap your yarn around the hook, skip 5 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come into the 6th loop again with 5 double crochets into the same loop. I'm going to finish this and do the rest off camera, and then I'll meet you on our second row. 3, 4, 5, like that. So this is it, our row 1. I've reached the end of our row 1, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops left. You're going to again chain 1, 2, 3, 4, wrap your yarn around the hook, skip 6 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 5 loops, come into the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, come into the 6th loop and put a double crochet. If you remember, in the beginning we started with 3 double crochets, then we chained 4, and then we started the chain 5 double crochets in 1 loop. So now we are going to again put 3 double crochets, wrap your yarn around the hook, go in the next with double crochet, and lastly wrap your yarn, go in. I have 1 extra loop which I'm going to just ignore and put double crochet. So this is it. We're going to row 2, and for row 2 you're going to chain 1, 2, 3 and turn your work, wrap your yarn around the hook, skip these double crochets, these 3 double crochets, and we are going to be working in our chain 4. This space, it's the one we're going to work in. Wrap your yarn around the hook, enter with 3 double crochets. Don't, after the chain 3, enter in the space with a double crochet. After the chain 3, enter into the space with a double crochet, wrap your yarn, go back with 2 more double crochets to make a total of 3. So this is our first cluster. Then chain 1, 2, 3, wrap your yarn around the hook, go back with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, like that. And then wrap your yarn around the hook. Don't make any chain or anything, just skip to the next space, this space, and again put a cluster of 3 double crochet, double crochets, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, wrap your yarn around the hook, go back with 3 double crochets. Like that. Then again wrap your yarn, skip this cluster into the space with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, wrap your yarn around the hook, go back with other 3 double crochets, so this is how your row 2 looks like. So I've reached the end of my row. I have this last space here, which we are going to put our clusters, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go back with 3 double crochets, like that. And now we are going to put a double crochet in the last loop of these double crochets, the 3 double crochets we created. You're not going to chain any space. Wrap your yarn around the hook, come in the last loop and put a double crochet. So this is our row 2. Row 3, you're going to chain 4, whereby the last loop will be like our chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work, wrap your yarn around the hook, and come into this chain 3 space that we made and put 5 double crochets. Put 5 double crochets. So basically we are going back on row 1. We are doing what we were doing on row 1. This is 3, 4, 5. After making the 5 double crochets, you're going to chain 4. We are back to the first row, how we're doing the first row. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrap your yarn around the hook. Come again in this chain 3 space, not this, but this one. Come in the chain 3 space and put 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we are going to be doing 4 rows, then we change to another color. We're just doing 4 rows. So after the 5, again chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrap your yarn around the hook. Come into the chain 3 space, not this one but this that we made here. Put 5 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is how your piece should be looking like at the moment. So I am reaching the end of the 3rd row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 4. Wrap your yarn, come in this loop, put 5 doubles. 1, 2, sorry. After our chain 4, come in the space again and put 5 doubles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then chain 1, because if you remember we did a chain 1 in the beginning. Wrap your yarn, come in this last loop and put a double crochet and put a double crochet. So this is our 3 rows so far. We are heading to row 4. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. Come in this very first loop and put 3 doubles, or you can actually do 3 doubles in the space. Come in this loop and put in this very first loop, this one, enter with 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3, like that. 1 double crochet, then a chain 1, then 3 doubles. Then wrap your yarn around the hook, come in this space with 3 doubles, the second and the third double crochets, then chain 3 if you remember, because we are back to now this length, we are back to now how we did our row 2. Chain 1, 2, 3, wrap your yarn, go back with 3 double crochets, like that. So I've reached the end. I'm coming to the end of our 4th row, and then now come into this space, put 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, chain 3, go back with 3 double crochets, like that. If you can remember, in the start we made a chain 4, then we put in the same loop 3 double crochets. We are going to repeat the same thing at the end. Come into the very last loop, 1, 2, 3, this loop, enter with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, then chain 1, go back with 3 double crochet, go back with 1 double crochet. Sorry, I got distracted, just like we did in the start. So that is it. And now our row is done, our row 4 is done. You're going to chain 1 and cut off this color of yarn. So I'm going to show you a few more, and then I'll do the rest off camera and show you what to do next. So now we are going to attach this olive green. Make a loop, make a loop, so after making a loop, come in this very first loop. After turning your work, enter in it, enter through the loop you have created and pull through, and then chain 3. Sorry, I've over pulled. Okay, and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do again like we did in here on the first row. Add 2 double crochets in this chain 1 space that you made. Wrap your yarn, enter in that space with 2 double crochets to make a total of 3, 2, 3, like that. Then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wrap your yarn around the hook, come in this space, not this one but this space, with 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are back to how we started, and we are going to keep repeating the same thing, so I'm not going to show you much. After making 5 double crochets, chain 4, wrap your yarn around the hook, come in this space, not this but this, with 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are 5 double crochets, and then chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Go in this next one with a 5 double crochets, four, 5, like that. Continue. I'll meet you at the end. So when you reach here, we are going to do something a bit similar like what we did here. We started with 3 double crochets, so you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, wrap your yarn around the hook, come in this chain 1 space that you made, put 2 double crochets, like that. Wrap your yarn, go into the last loop in the 3rd loop on top, put a double crochet, like that. So we are literally going back to this how we started it, and we're going to again repeat the same thing. So I'm just going to show you this one row again, and then you can continue the rest. I'll just show up with the length of my choice. So next row, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, row 6, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work, wrap your yarn around the hook, enter in with a cluster of 3 double crochets. This is 1, 2, 3, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go back with another cluster of 3 double crochets. I'm being fast because we've already gone through this, like that. Then wrap your yarn, skip to this next space with a cluster of 3 double crochets, 1, then 2, 3, like that. Chain 1, 2, 3, wrap your yarn, go back with cluster of 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to do this until the end of the row. So I'm at the end of this 2nd row. Put 3 double crochets, and chain 3, and go back with a cluster of 3 double crochets, like that. Perfect. I'm going to do the rest off camera. I'll meet you when I have all the color choices and length that I want. So go in the last loop with a double crochet. I'm done with rows of my choice, as you can see, and colors of my choice. You can make your own color choice. You can maintain 1 color, you can do 2, you can do more than 2. So on this row, we are going to do 2 rows of double crochets. Make a loop. We are still using the 4.5mm hook. After making your loop, come enter in the very first double crochet of your work. Look for the right proper side to work with. This is my proper side to work with. come in the very first loop, put your hook and go into the loop you've created, pull through, and then chain 1, 2, 3. Now that's your first double crochet. Wrap your yarn around the hook, go into the next double crochet with a double crochet, wrap your yarn, go into the next with a double crochet. Remember, we were skipping 4, so on skipping 4 we are going to put 4 double crochets in the space. Wrap your yarn, enter with 4 double crochets. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 double crochets in the space because we were skipping 4. Wrap your yarn, come in this space where we were putting our chain, like our 5 double crochets, enter with a double crochet like that. Wrap your yarn, enter 4 double crochets in the space, 3, 4, 5. Ignore that it looks like this. For now it looks like it doesn't make any sense, but it will. Then wrap your yarn, enter in this space where you put your 5 double crochets with 1 double crochet. Wrap your yarn. So I'm at the end of this row of my double crochets. I'm done putting 4 double crochets in here. I'm going to put 3 double crochets in these 3 double crochets. So this is 1, and then in this double crochet, this is 2, and finally this double crochet, come enter with a double crochet. So this is it. We're going to make 1 more row and then we work on our chest area. So chain 1, 2, 3, turn your work, wrap your yarn around the hook, come in this very first loop with a double crochet, wrap your yarn around the hook and put another row of double crochets along. So I'm going to work mine off camera. I'm going to meet you when I have 2 rows of double crochets like that. I'm done with my 2 rows of double crochets as you can see. So that is going to be our waist area. You can see that. So now we're going to work 2 sides of this piece, that is the red side and the white side. Make a loop, and now we're going to switch the hook size. Instead of a 4.5, we're going to use a 3.5 millimeter hook. When you're done, make a chain of 50. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make this chain of 50 in total. So I'm done with my chain of 50. I'm going to add 3 more double crochets. That is 1, 2, 3 to make a total of 55, which makes the first 3 double crochets, 3 chain as my double crochet. So after, wrap your yarn, count 1, 2, 3, come into the 4th loop with a double crochet, then continue on the making a double crochet along the chain. This is our double crochet. And if you're not familiar with the double crochet, you pull through twice, wrap your yarn, enter into the hook, pull through 1, pull through 2. That's our double crochet. So make double crochets along the chain until the end. So I'm at the end of the row, my row 1 of my double crochets. Put the double crochet like that. So the end, I have 2 double crochets, and now we're going on the next row. Chain 3, turn your work, wrap your yarn, enter with a double crochet in the very first loop, and continue with double crochets all along until the end of this row. I'm at the end of my second row. Make double crochets, and that's the last one. You're not going to crochet into the last, and on the this is going to be our base. We're not putting increases. So chain 3, turn your work again, and crochet in the first loop with a double crochet, wrap your yarn, continue with double crochets until you've reached the end of the row. Chain 3, turn your work. We are now in the 5th row. Put a double crochet in the next loop, in the first loop, and continue with double crochet. Our increase is going to be at the end while we're doing our increases anyway. So continue with double crochets. So this is it. This is how it looks. I'm at the end of my 5th row, and now here things change. We're going to be doing the increases even more. You're entering the same loop with 3 double crochets like you've seen. Just like that. 3 double crochets. We're going to do 4 more. This is one. Next, chain 3, turn your work, put a double crochet, and then more. After these 2 rows, we are going to be putting an increase of 3 3. So I'm going to do mine off camera. Make sure you have a total of 8 rows of increases, 4 increases by 2, 4 increases by 3 double crochets. So I'm going to show with mine after. So this is it so far. I have had 2 more with 3 increases. So you're going 1, 2, then you're going to add 2 more rows, and then you continue. 7 rows of no increases. So let's begin. Chain 3, 1 2 3, turn your work and do double crochets. You're going to do 7 rows of no increases, like you just work to the end and back, to the end and back, until you have 7 rows. So I'm done with my side piece. Now we are going to clean up these parts, this and the lower part, with a single crochet. So chain 1. In each double crochet you're going to put 1 single crochet. This is a single crochet. You wrap your yarn after chaining 1. Don't wrap your yarn around the hook, just enter in the space, pull through and pull through. So that's our single crochet. We are going to clean up this part, so do it along. So I'm done with this part. You're going to chain 1 and cut off the yarn. Mine is easy to break, I can't see my scissors. So you're going to do the cleanup down as well. So on this next step we are going to count 20 loops from the start of this piece, and then we start joining our slip stitching our pieces on it. So this is our 20th. So come on the 20th, this is the part where we're having increases, so we're going to use the lower part to do our slip stitch, and I'm going to use a 3.5mm hook for my slip stitch. Come on this piece. If you have a needle, you can use a needle. Enter in the very first loop of your piece. This part, the reason part, is in the center, so we are starting from here going this side, not vice versa. Come in the very first loop of your piece, create a loop, create a loop, come with this loop and make a slip stitch through both like that. Then go into the next and the next this side and make a slip stitch like that. Then enter this double crochet and this, make a slip stitch and continue making slip stitches in each loops together until you've joined the piece on the lower part of it. Enter this. You can use a needle if you want a more neat work. I would recommend the needle, but I don't have one available right now, so I'm done attaching this. Now I have to attach the red, and we are not just going to come to the next and continue. We're just going to cross over like 6 double crochets earlier before we continue. So chain 1 here and cut off the yarn. After that, make another loop. We are continuing with white. If you want, you can switch to red, but I'm going to continue with white yarn. So bring this piece to here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come in the 6th slip stitch that you made, enter the hook through, because now we are working on it like this. The slanty part is at the edge, so bring it here, enter in the very first loop here, enter through the loop you've created and pull through. Then enter in the second slip stitch, because we skipped 6 of them. Enter in the one this side, make a slip stitch, enter this one and this, make a slip stitch. So continue with the slip stitches just like you did for the other side, for the white piece or whichever color that you're using. So this is our slip stitches, and join now, continue, sorry, off camera, continue with the slip stitches. I'm done attaching the red, so I'm going to chain 1 and again get off the yarn like that. So this is our piece and we are almost getting ready. So this is the inside part of it and this is the outside. So our next step, you're going to make a string that we are going to put on our hip area, and I'm going to use a white one. So double your yarn, or you can choose to use red or any of the colors you blended. Double your yarn, make a loop, and make a string. Make a string like that. Meet when you have a string long enough to your choice. So I'm done with the string of my choice. come in, lay your piece like this. I'm laying it this way so that it can be a bit visible, like this. Skip the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come and start from the 15th. 6, 10. Like from here. Put your string. And pass it through, skipping 1, 2, 3, depending on what you want really to skip. Pass it through. Like that. And then skip this, come here and pass it through, whichever way you want. Then join it here, pass it through this first, skip the first one, pass it through this. And now we're going to work on the neck area. I'm going to use the white yarn. I'm working from the white side. You will do the other side yourself. Make a loop. Come from the one, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on this 7th loop. Put your hook, still using a 3.5mm hook. Pull through and then chain 4. Chain 4, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like half double crochet and chain 2. Wrap your yarn, skip 1, 2, go into the 3rd loop with a half double crochet. Like that. Then chain 1, 2, skip 1, 2, go into the 3rd with a half double crochet. Chain 1, 2, skip 1, 2, go into the 3rd with a half double crochet. Chain 1, 2, skip 1, 2, go into the 3rd with a half double crochet. So we have 1 double crochet left. Chain 1, 2, skip and go into the last with a half double crochet. So that makes a total of 5 loops. Then chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your work. Make it to make it to a total of 4. Wrap your yarn, come in here after chaining 4, put half double crochet until you have a total of 4 rows of skipping of these chain spaces of half double crochet. I'm getting done with my 4th row on the red side as well. Chain 2. Okay. We are using half double crochets. And finally enter into the 2nd loop here, pull through completely. Okay, so these are 4 rows, these are 4 rows. So we are going to attach them together with a slip stitch. So if you ended this side, you can cut off the yarn, make a loop and come start fresh. If you ended like me, you just have to turn your work, turn your work and turn it this way, that means we are going to turn your work like this and this like this. So that means we are going to put these two together into a slip stitch. So pull out your hook, come on this white, enter your hook and pull through, then enter into the space, or if you don't, you can enter in here, but I'm going to use the spaces. Make a slip stitch. Always put 2 slip stitches through the space. This is 1. Oh, my nails, oh god, they are frustrating. This is 2. Make a slip stitch. It's going to be impossible. I guess I just have to enter here and enter this side. If you have a needle, please just use the needle. I don't have a needle. So this is my last slip stitch. Chain 1 and get off the yarn. So it's like this. This was supposed to be the inside, but I did it the other way around. So this is how our dress looks like this. About the strings, if you want, you can put these separate and make another string that you're going to pass through this, but I'll show you using these same strings because I'm out of time. So you can pass through. If you want, you can actually use that same string. If you want, you can do 2 separate strings so that you can close up that part like that until the length. If you want, you can close up till down. If you want, you can close up halfway below your butt like that.